Welcome back, you guys, for another episode. I'm going to not really unbox this camera because I already had done that before I made a video, but I'm going to just give you a review over this camera. It's a really nice camera to have if you want to shoot the Instax Square film. So stay tuned. Okay, guys, so like I said, this is not going to be an unboxing. I just still have the box here with it. But I'm going to go over a little bit of review of this camera. It's a great alternative to a Polaroid. I really like Instax, the Fuji Instax, and when I got my camera, my local Best Buy only had the rose gold, which I was not real happy about that, but you gotta take what you can take. I really would like to have the slate gray one, I think it's called, but oh well, they all still work the same. So here's the front of it. This is your shutter button. This is your timer countdown light. Your flash, of course, and your meter light readings, your selfie mirror, which comes in very handy if you're going to take selfies of you and your friends. The top is where the image is ejected, and here's your off and on switch. Back here is your viewfinder. That indicator there, if you have a yellow slit like that, or yellow sticker like that, it means you've got a pack of film in there. Here is your modes to change your mode settings, which we'll show here in a second. Your timer and your flash override. The very bottom does have a tripod mount, which is really nice. And the features are full auto, selfie, macro or close up, because it's not true macro, landscape mode or infinity, double exposure, which is really cool. Lighten the image or darken the image, depending on your situation where you're at. So let's turn the camera on. You're going to see the lens eject, which really shoots it out there. And then back here is going to show you what you're on, which it always starts with full auto. To change it, here's your mode button. And you just can see the lens changes with each setting. So the next one's going to be macro, which are the same settings as that. The next one's going to be landscape, which you're going to see it go back because it's going to do for wide angle. See there. And then double exposure, your light and dark. And then it goes back to auto, which pretty much stays the same. Down here is your film indicator, how many shots you have left. And which I have a brand new pack of film in there, I believe, if I remember correctly. It does take camera batteries are a little different. They don't take double A's or anything like that. It takes these, I think they're CR2s, yeah, CR2 batteries, which you can buy at your Walmart or any kind of Photoshop place you go to. And they claim to take up to like 300 images before you have to replace them. So I just bought an extra set to have in my pouch here, which this I did buy separately on Amazon, and I'll put a link in my description for this. It's a nice little carrying bag. And they also give you these 3 gel filters for the flash. There's purple, orange or red, and then green. I don't like using these too much unless you have a lot of indoor light, because if you're like, if it's nighttime and you're only using just your lights in your room unless they're really bright, when you put these on, it's going to cut down the flash intensity. It does give you color to your images, but it's really dark. So I really don't care for these. It's best if you really want to give it a color to your images, it's best to try to get some gel, like cellophane, like colored paper, and put it over your lens and not over the flash. Because it just cuts down the intensity of flash and it's going to make everything really dark. I even tried it once with the light setting. It was still very dark. I mean, you could still see, but only like just my face when I did a selfie. But that was it. You couldn't see any background whatsoever. But this camera does a great job. I mean, it's wonderful. It's very basic design. When you shut it off, it goes back in. And here's the case again, like I said. So I'll put a link in my description, but I just have it hold everything. And what's pretty nice about it is you can always have a pack of film in the camera, and then you can also bring one with you. So it fits like that. And you also have a pack of film in there like that. Gotta try to get it to go. And it will zip up there. Oh, you gotta turn it this way, that's right. And then, there you go. So you always do have you can have at least 2 packs of film with you. So, the film is very cheap compared to Polaroid. Because you do get 10 images in every pack. And you can there's different types of frames now. I really like the black ones. And here's the white ones, the 2 I kind of have. I think this was like $14 for a 2-pack, so you get 20. I think this was $10 for the black. Because the black, for some reason, since it's newer, I'm assuming, it does cost more, a little more. But you can get this. And now these I buy on Amazon because they are usually cheaper or very competitive. And nowhere did I read, unlike Polaroid, you're supposed to keep it in the refrigerator for storage. It doesn't say to do that. It just says to keep it out of extreme temperatures. So I don't know. I'm sure you could put it in the refrigerator, but I haven't these and I'm not having any problems. Their film is a little more stable compared to Polaroid. I don't know what the technology they use. And here's some test images I did with this camera. Some fall fleas, which, you know, the colors turn out really good. It's a little washed out, but it's really good. Here's the courthouse here where I live. I really like how it picked up the blue sky, which is kind of hard to see in this video, but, you know, it did a good job. Another far away one of it. And here's the entrance to one of the cemeteries in the town I live close to. It did a great job. It's a little washed out, but not terrible. And I didn't do any adjusting. This was full auto setting on all of these. So there was no really adjusting the camera. I just wanted to see how it did. And this is what the black frames. What I love about Polaroid and Fuji, because it kind of has this, you know, Polaroid look. I love that you can write on there. Because I love to write on my images so I can never forget like the date and where I was at or whatever. So I always write on my images. That's another reason why I really like Polaroid or these, because it gives you a little tab to write on. But it's a really nice camera. I have no complaints of it either. I have this one. I also have the Mini 9 that takes the littler films. Those are almost too small in my eyes, to, you know, in my opinion. But they're very, very small. So these are almost too small, but I do like the fact that they're square. So I really like the square. And this is pretty much what I stick with when it comes to Fuji. It mimics the Polaroid film really good. So that's pretty much my review of this. And like I said, I'll put a link in my description. This is, like I said, bought on Amazon, this case. And I'll put some film links in there. But, you know, if you want something that's a little more economical than the Polaroid, then, you know, Instax film is really the thing for you. Because it's really good priced, and yeah, they take great images. They really do. And it does seem to be a little more stabler. They're not quite as finicky about developing. They develop very quickly. Like within 2 minutes, even the color film is developed. So it does seem to be a little more stable. But I still like Polaroid because I like the nostalgia look of it. And you can't mimic a Polaroid look of any other thing. So that's why I like Polaroid. But I like this too. So these are great Christmas gifts. You know, if your kids or loved ones that really love photography, it's a great gift. And I think this camera here in the United States starts out at $129 or $99. I think it's $129 is what I pay for this one. But that could change for the holidays. They might have sales. So it's not overly priced by, you know, no means, because it does a lot of features to it. The double exposure is really cool. I'm not really messed with that one yet, but I've seen some samples. And it's really cool to do the double exposure. So, alright guys, well I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share it across your platform, your social media platforms. And also check out my description. I always have some links in there. And use my links if you're going to shop on Polaroid, because you'll get 10% off, and it also helps me out a little bit too. So until next video, see you guys. Bye.